Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I want to thank the ranking member for yielding the time and for his steadfastness in standing up for the public health of all Americans. I rise in opposition to the Republican Joint Resolution 11. What my Republican colleagues are trying to do here is roll back a very important Environmental Protection Act rule that was developed to tackle air pollution across America under the Clean Air Act. Air pollution specifically that comes from heavy-duty trucks and buses. For over 50 years, the Clean Air Act has served us well. It's one of our bedrock environmental laws that improves the air that we breathe. It tackles polluting plants and vehicles through using the latest science and technology to constantly evolve and improve. Oftentimes, the EPA works with industry, as they did here in the trucking industry, to ensure that there is a balance, that we are improving the air we breathe and still maintaining jobs and economic growth over time. But what the Clean Air Act has brought us over the past 50 years has been consistent improvement in the air that we breathe. In fact, dramatic improvements. And when we're talking about cleaner air, we're talking about healthier communities, healthier families. Think about your friends and family members with asthma or heart disease or some kind of lung infection. That's why it's so important to make sure that EPA constantly is evolving in the science and technology, and we're cleaning up our air. And it's important to tackle the problem of heavy-duty trucks and buses. Why? Because 6% of the vehicle, they constitute about 6% of the vehicles on the road, but 59% of smog-producing elements. That means nitrogen dioxide, ozone, and particulate matter. And the last time that EPA updated their rule relating to heavy-duty trucks and buses was 20 years ago. So science and technology have evolved, the trucking industry has evolved, and we can continue to make progress for American families. Even with the progress that we've made, 1 in 3 Americans live in counties with unhealthy air pollution. And back home in the Tampa Bay area, I can think of many communities along the interstate highways, along our industrial centers. A lot of traffic, especially from heavy-duty trucks and buses, are really weighing on the air quality in those neighborhoods. So this is a way, thankfully, for EPA to continue its mission to clean up the air under the Clean Air Act, make sure they're doing it in a scientifically sound manner, working with industry always to improve and to protect the public health. So for all those reasons, I urge my colleagues to oppose this Republican resolution, allow the Environmental Protection Agency to cut pollution, improve our health, and save lives. Let's put people over politics and make sure we're doing all we can do to improve the health and lives of our American neighbors. I urge a no vote and yield back my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from Ohio is recognized.